and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And 100% Math. Invest in your child's academic success. Visit 100%math.com or call 547-9817.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Business Buzz.
Good morning, Radio Cayman listeners. You're tuned in to the Business Buzz. I'm your guest host, Orrett, and today we're putting the spotlight on an event that celebrates local creativity and culture. That is Cayman Art Week. Joining us in the studio is Miss Natalie Urquhart, who is the visionary founder of Cayman Art Week. We're also expecting Mr. Cullen Lumsden, who is the coordinator for the Georgetown Revitalization Initiative, joining us in the studio as well. We look forward to that. Meanwhile, we are going to be entertained, informed by Miss Natalie Urquhart, who is the visionary founder of Cayman Art Week.
That's quite a big title.
Yes, isn't it? Good morning, Ms. Urquhart.
Morning.
Welcome
Good
to
morning.
the Business Buzz.
Always great to be here and great to be with you today, Orrett, as well. Thanks so much for having us. I mean, I can't believe this is year 4 of Cayman Art Week. This really, I don't know about visionary founder, but this started out as an idea during lockdown. Art weeks are celebrated around the world. Most major cities have them. And it's a great chance to sort of really spotlight all the different creative venues that are happening in Cayman. Obviously, in lockdown, it was a response to our borders being closed and trying to get more visibility for those venues. But ever since, it's really, the vision is to support the development of a creative economy in Cayman and to try and raise awareness about that sort of the business side of art. So to encourage people to buy art, to go out and learn more about local venues, and really just to get excited about just how much creativity we have in Cayman, with 42 venues this year and easily over 100 artists, probably 200 artists participating.
Okay. And is there an event that is taking place to celebrate the opening of Art Week?
It runs over 5 days. And day 1 is a kickoff at the National Gallery. So Cayman Art Week has been fortunate to partner with the National Gallery since year 1 as our institutional partner. And we are bringing the opening to the National Gallery because it's a great venue through which to learn a lot about a very broad spectrum of what's happening in the Cayman art scene. So I think we have 3 exhibitions at the gallery right now, all group exhibitions, and easily 150 artists on display. So if you want to come down, you don't need to come to the opening, you can come down any day of the week, of course. We're open from 10 till 5. It's no admission to the National Gallery ever. Come down and learn about sort of the type of artwork that you might like to see. And then, of course, if you find an artist in the National Gallery that you might see in the National Collection, you can go out into the community, find out where they are going to be exhibiting for Cayman Art Week. You may be interested in just learning more about their work or potentially buying a piece. But it's a nice neutral space. Obviously, we couldn't have our launch party in any individual venue that was out there because it wouldn't be fair. So the National Gallery is a great neutral place to come down and learn about the broad spectrum of visual art in the Cayman Islands. So that's Wednesday night from 7 till 9 p.m. And of course, that begins a very big series of days and multiple events. We go straight into Thursday night. With the way that we sort of do the logistics is we have different districts. And of course, this includes the Sister Islands. And it was very important to me in all my work that the Sister Islands are very much fundamental to that wider program from concept. So we work with Gordon Solomon Gallery. Gordon and Alta Solomon, an amazing creative duo, are going to be doing 2 exhibitions in their gallery. Alta is doing photography, Gordon's got his paintings, and they're actually at the official launch party for Cayman Brac as well. So if you're in the Brac, please go down to catch up with Gordon and Alta on Wednesday, May 22nd from 6 p.m. and they're going to be running a series of events and workshops and painting sessions throughout the week. We also have, of course, the wonderful Simone Scott Gallery in Cayman Brac as well. Simone needs no introduction. She is a creative stalwart in the Brac. So she's going to be doing some fun stuff with her gallery and various participating artists. And then in Little Cayman, we have a National Gallery exhibition at the Little Cayman Museum, which is actually in collaboration with the Cayman Islands National Archive of Historic Photographs. And we're working with the wonderful Ed and Gay Morse at the Seahorse Boutique Gallery, which also features a variety of local artists. So lots happening in the Sister Islands as well. But then we go back to our 3 nights of bus tours where we're focusing on different districts in Cayman. I'll certainly tell you more about how to navigate that.
Yes. I think that advice in terms of telling persons how they should plan, their whole week, that is going to be extremely important, because at every venue, you're likely to see something different.
Absolutely. It's such a great idea. And when you are looking to do that, you can also use the website. So we designed the website to be a sort of a one-stop place to find out about local art and local venues that sell art, particularly throughout the year. So the Cayman Art Week website profiles every single one of these 42 venues and the types of artists that they're featuring. As you said, there's so much to see. You can't possibly fit in 42 venues yourself, or if you do, you'll get a gold star. So we really recommend people jump on the website, check out the gallery, pop-up and studio sections. And then also on our events page, we list all the different amazing events that these venues are hosting. And of course, Cayman Art Week is a platform to bring people together, promote it and coordinate the week. But every single one of these venues is showing up with some amazing ideas and art interventions and new exhibitions themselves. And we're incredibly grateful to all of those venues for just what they bring, what they show up with every year.
Okay, so let's start. Let's talk about Thursday, the 23rd of May.
Okay, so Thursday is what we call our Core West bus tour. So this is primarily 7 Mile Beach, and we have about 12 venues featured in this area. So the buses are really easy, and they're designed to be sort of hop on, hop off.
Okay.
They stop at every venue in that loop, and they're kicking off from our partners at Cayman Bay, who are one of our long-term partners of Cayman Art Week.
It's a free ride as well?
Free ride.
Okay.
So this is all supported by various sponsors, so it's completely free to the public. And again, we say it's a great way to connect to some of these venues, because sometimes we know art galleries can be a little intimidating. I work in art and I feel the same way, so that's not unusual. But this is a lovely way to kind of be welcomed in. And again, these venues really are not intimidating. It's just this preconception.
Okay.
So the bus tour is a great way to firstly not have to drive. And you can get the bus from Cayman Bay on the Paseo, and then any of the venues that you're going to visit. So we're going to go to the Grove to see the wonderful Carlos Garcia Gallery, which is a fantastic contemporary gallery with multiple artists, a very kind of urban street arts inspired gallery, so a very particular type of art, lots of fun. Then we're going to go to Galleria Plaza, and we have 2 different pop-up venues there with Sarah Tan Kinard, who's an amazing artist working with quintessential movement, and Ledger and Looms, which is that beautiful shop with the antique rugs, is collaborating with Jo Austin, and they've actually made rugs out of her artwork as well as featuring her artwork. So it's really quite incredible. And Kennedy Gallery, of course, is a stalwart. It's one of the longest running galleries in the Cayman Islands. That's in West Shore Centre. And then at Cayman Bay, we have several pop-ups, including at places like Abacus Restaurant, Union Bar and Grill, Tabs. There's a special hub gallery with about 20 artists and photographers on display in an empty real estate venue at Cayman Bay. And of course, the wonderful gallery by Jason Kennedy and Janine Avery, which is a stalwart there. And then we're going to go to Piccolino's and Bevy Bar, which is the former Margaritaville, for the Visual Art Society, again, the oldest art collective in Cayman, established in 1978. They have multiple artists on display. And then round to the St. George Anglican Church, who are doing a collaboration with Wide Awake Community, which again is a group exhibition. And all the way through the evening, we anticipate the buses will stop really every 15 to 20 minutes at each venue. From 6 till 9, but of course you can start early. You can take your car and get to those venues by 5 o'clock. Most of them will be ready to be open. And again, there's hundreds of artists that you can see on Thursday night.
Okay. Now, question, and this may drift a little bit away from the talking points, but we see so much development in the Cayman Islands business venues, office space, condos, new homes. Are we seeing an uptake in local art as a result of that as well? People wanting to display something locally as opposed to, something imported. I know, for instance, in most hotels, you go to one room, and what you see in one room, you'll see it in every room.
It's the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a cookie cutter and often imported.
Yes.
I think it's a fantastic question, and really it's fundamental to what we're trying to do here with Cayman Art Week. It's really to show a lot of those developments and also new collectors, because we're obviously seeing people moving to Cayman that might have income that can support the local art market. And it's one thing to have established institutions in a country or an island, but we need the bigger ecology of the art market, and that means supporting grassroots venues, supporting artists working in their studios, and support means buying art.
Yes.
And we've never really had a formal infrastructure for this before, and that became really apparent in lockdown, because a lot of these small creative venues, some of the artists themselves don't necessarily have the formal business structure that, you needed to be able to apply for a small business grant. And they were often overlooked in terms of that support network. It's very hard for artists to get on things like health insurance groups and pension. So we're trying to think of all the ways that we can help the sector itself come together to advocate for, I think, more sustainability and a bigger infrastructure for the creative industries. And that's really at the heart of what Cayman Art Week's trying to do by bringing a spotlight to it and giving people the tools and the confidence maybe to come together and form those kind of associations. I think development, absolutely, we're seeing an uptake. Obviously, there's still quite a lot brought in, but I think more and more hotels are really getting savvy to just the quality of art that is available in Cayman, and whether that means working with an artist to do a reproduction print in that hotel room. Obviously, hotel rooms are not going to buy 200 paintings for their rooms, but they might invest in their public spaces. But more and more, the hotel rooms, hopefully those prints will be local prints as well. And I think we've just seen a couple of hotels like Indigo's just opened. They have some great local artists in their public spaces. We know the Kimpton, the Ritz, the Westin. Now we can go to all of these big hotels and certainly see local artists, and that really has changed in the last 10 years.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We're speaking with Miss Natalie Urquhart, who is the visionary founder of Cayman Art Week that is taking place in the Cayman Islands. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. The Business Buzz will be back shortly. Okay, we're going to continue to talk.
Very shortly.
Yes. So let's look towards Friday, the 24th.
Friday, yes, our big night. So we're delighted to be collaborating with Georgetown Revitalization Initiative once again, and they've been our partners since year one. And together we've co-produced what we call Core Central, in the theme of the core, Central, West, etc., and Art in the City. And Art in the City is exactly what it sounds like. It's to bring art and shed a light to the amazing venues that are working in Georgetown. It's definitely the largest footprint of creative permanent venues. So we have about 16 venues in Georgetown this year. And not all of these venues exist throughout the year, so we call them pop-up venues. And speaking of real estate, we often collaborate with empty real estate, although that's becoming more difficult to find in Cayman these days. So working with Kirk Freeport, again, who are great partners. And Georgetown Revitalization is managed by Colin Lumsden, himself a remarkable creative mind and a great partner. And of course, by the Ministry of Planning. And we are working with them to host an event in Cardinal Avenue that will kick off at 5 p.m., 5 till 8 p.m. And that's really a happy hour celebration with music and food. And people will be able to come down, grab a street map, learn about what there is to see that evening. And again, we have the same model of the bus tours. So from the edge of Cardinal Avenue on Seafarers Way or Cricket Square, who's another partner, both of those venues will kick off with a bus tour loop. And then it will go all the way up to a wonderful art studio called Claire at the Beach, which is opposite Burger King. We have La Velle, who are featuring a beautiful maritime art exhibition. And then we come back to the Sand on Feet Gallery, which is opposite Casanova's, and so forth. Obviously, Guy Harvey is back, another stalwart in the creative ecology of the Cayman Islands. We have Goodness, And we have some wonderful pop-ups at places like Island House, which is the old Bodden gas building. Beautiful exhibition in there. We're seeing a studio called Martlet Design, which is behind Guy Harvey's, which is homemade, beautifully designed furniture. And then we loop all the way back to Cricket Square, which is a wonderful pop-up with Babbity Barwick and an artist called Linda McCann that was recently featured at the National Gallery. Onto Papermans, who have a display of local and Cuban artists. And then we have a really exciting collaboration with a group called Mutiny, which is very famous now fashion designer Jawara Aline, who's come back from London for the week. And he's just been in the press recently, being Rihanna's favourite new designer, and he really is remarkable. And collaborating with Stéphane Langlois and Josh Pearl. Again, great designers in their own right that are doing some wonderful school initiatives as well this week.
Okay. Miss Susan, ready for that commercial break now? Folks, please stay tuned. The Business Buzz will be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Annie Elizabeth Bush, Certificate of Honor, 1901 to 1994. Annie was an enterprising young lady who learned to play the organ at an early age, and for many years was organist at the George Hicks Memorial Church in South Sound. She also taught her niece to play, and she eventually took over Annie's duties. Annie always wanted to be a nurse. She studied first aid under the tutelage of the late Mrs. Andrews. She worked as a practical nurse for many years at both new and old Georgetown hospitals, and also a theater nurse. After retirement, she did private nursing. She was a good seamstress and did a lot of crochet. She left her family a large crochet of the Lord's Prayer.
The Rotary Cayman Islands Sunset $10,000 raffle happening Saturday, May 25th. Tickets only $10, 3 tickets only $25, 5 tickets for $40 from any Rotary Sunset member. All proceeds will support Rotary Sunset community projects including Feed Our Future, the Sunrise Adult Training Center, Adopt a School program, the Marie Martin Georgetown Primary School, the Crisis Center, and many more. The new Rotary Sunset Club, NPO number 656. Get your ticket, get your chance. Rotary Sunset, creating hope in the world.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Investing in our children's academic success and future career is a no-brainer. Isn't it time we stop with the excuses? With 100% math, you can take charge now. There's no reason for your children to fall behind in math again. Since 2011, 100% Math has prepared students for exams in IB, HL, SL Math, and CSEC and enrichment programs for gifted students. Visit 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817. That's 547-9817. No more excuses. Set your child up for success today with 100% Math.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
Looking to build a solid foundation for your career in the construction industry? The Public Works Department invites you to apply for a prestigious apprenticeship program at the Construction Trade Center from May 15th to June 16th. We're looking for motivated individuals eager to learn from the best in the field and gain hands-on experience in the construction industry. Don't miss this opportunity. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, or website and click the link to apply. Build your future with us at Public Works Department, building stronger foundations for everyone.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. I am your guest host, Orrett. We're talking about Cayman Art Week here in the Cayman Islands. That discussion is taking place with Miss Natalie Urquhart, who is the visionary. She's being extremely modest. She doesn't really want to be called a visionary, but she's the visionary or founder of Cayman Art Week here in the Cayman Islands as well. We have about 6-7 minutes left in the show, a very short period of time, so I'm going to throw the mic over to her to ensure that she covers everything. I think you want to talk a little bit more about Friday, and then we'll talk about Saturday. We won't forget, all of the support that you receive, all of the sponsors and everything else.
Well, and I should take a moment to say a huge thank you to our patron, Susan Oldie. Without Mrs. Oldie's support, and of course she's such a gracious supporter of arts and culture for so many years. And speaking of visionary, I think that title definitely is one that we can attach to Mrs. Oldie and her work in arts and culture. So very big thank you there. So of course we wrap up our Friday night with a couple more venues. We've got Three Girls in a Kiln as well. If you have not been down there, they're a remarkable space. And that bus tour goes on till 10. It's a bit later because there are so many venues. But come on down and support. Then we move on to Core East, which is a bit of a different setup. So this is a tour that lasts for 5 hours. It's more of a, you go to a city, see if you can do a cultural tour, and you stay on it for a half day. So this one is does have a small fee of $10 just to support some refreshments and stuff on the bus. It kicks off from the National Gallery at 10 o'clock. Please be there early if you want to attend. And again, you can sign up via Eventpros via the events section on the Cayman Art Week website.
And this is on
Saturday.
Yes.
And this is a really exciting tour because you're there really, it's a learning experience. We go up to the amazing Pure Art, the oldest gallery in the Cayman Islands, established in 1983, and supporting so many artists. There's a wonderful studio next door to that by Scott Swing. And then we go up to see Miss Lassie's amazing cottage and a beautiful art collection that has been curated by the National Cultural Foundation. Then we go a little bit further up to Breakers, Boddentown and Northside to see some exciting venues there. Kay Smith Gallery, White Dog Studio, Ian McRae at Grand Bellas. And then we come back via Industrial Park to see the Artisan Gallery, which is Caroli Sooks and Cameron Bridgman doing incredible metalwork sculptures. Okay. So there's a lot of different types of art, ranging from photography to sculpture to metalwork to furniture this year to design and fashion. Wow. And you can learn more about that by checking out the Cayman Art Week website. Do also follow us at Cayman Art Week on socials, Instagram and Facebook, because we're constantly updating events. More and more are coming in, although no more please, because we've got a pretty busy schedule. But that's a great way of kind of learning how to navigate this. But do check out the events page to see all of those venues. And then on Sunday, we wrap up with an art brunch at the new Vida Cayman, which is in Barker's. And also check out the Cadia Goldburn Studio and Gallery in West Bay, which is an amazing creative space too.
Any advice to our corporate citizens out there in terms of, some of the plans that they can make, some of the things that they can arrange with their staff?
Such a great question, because this is a really good opportunity for kind of staff fun and team building, but getting to know more about Caymanian creativity, culture, and art. So we really encourage companies to share this with their staff, to encourage people to come together as a group. Of course, you can take the bus as a group. You can wander around. It's a really good learning opportunity for people that might have arrived in Cayman, might be new to the island, as well as for our community to celebrate the artists that they know and love so well.
And maybe even, artists themselves who may not know about Cayman, because you don't want to create boundaries when it comes to art.
Absolutely. This
well.
is all about breaking down boundaries. And, it's such a wonderfully community-centered, the spirit of Cayman Art Week, I think, surprised all of us when we opened it. It's a very inclusive opportunity for people to just get to know each other. When you meet people on the bus, they could be different ages, different backgrounds. They might have just arrived. Again, there's so many different folks that are on the street. It's a really wonderful way to get to know other people that are all interested in celebrating our Caymanian culture. So, yeah.
Now, during the commercial break, you also mentioned the vision that the Department of Tourism has in relation to, Cayman Art Week as well.
Absolutely. And I think it's, again, such a great collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism and Ports. And, of course, Minister Bryant himself is a very big supporter of this idea of showcasing our culture and creativity as a tourism opportunity. We are looking to diversify our tourism product and really shine a light on things that are uniquely Cayman, as we've done with Cayman Kind over the years, and now looking at these wonderful opportunities to bring people to celebrate the arts, culture, and fashion, etc. in Cayman. And so, very big thank you for that vision and that support over the years. Of course, we're collaborating as well with the Ministry of Culture, Minister Seymour. And then through Georgetown Revitalization on the Friday night, the course that is under the Ministry of Planning, Agriculture, Housing, Infrastructure, Transport and Development. Okay. Big partner since year one. I mentioned Mrs. Oldie as our patron. And then we have other partners in Cayman Bay, Real Life Magazine, Cricket Square, who sponsor the buses on the Friday night and are also a collaborative venue. Majestic Tours work with us on the other evenings. And there are so many other smaller in-kind sponsors. We also couldn't do this without an amazing volunteer team. We're all volunteers that put this on. Okay. And we are collaborating as well with Kelly Holdings this year just to keep us moving because it's getting so big. And they've been incredible coming on board a bit later in the day to help us with the event management.
Sounds like an exciting week.
It really is. And it's a week of celebrating. It's a week of getting to know new art and new venues. I think every year, even I'm surprised, and I know a lot about art in Cayman, surprised about new venues popping up or new artists that are creating. So even kind of getting to learn a bit more from last year, even if you did it last year, there's a lot of different things going on, different artworks, different artists exhibiting. And so please help us spread the word. That's one thing that we would ask. And this is free to the public. It's free to the venues that are also participating. So we try and remove all costs for barriers by working with these wonderful partners. And just encourage people to get out and support the local art community.
So folks, that voice was the voice of Miss Natalie Urquhart, who is the founder of Cayman Art Week, visionary as well, but she has assigned that more to Miss Susan Oldie, who's the major sponsor of Cayman Art Week as well. Well, sounds very exciting. Wish you all the best. We know that those who participate are going to enjoy it immensely as well. Folks, we're going to go to our 8 o'clock news. When we return, we will be talking about the Light Room, which is an energy enhancement system, a quantum technology that is conducive to self-healing. That conversation will take place with Avril Ward, the owner of the Light Room. So don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. The Business Buzz will be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is 8:01.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Cayman Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Have you spotted those snazzy new road markings? The National Roads Authority says the new red and white roundels found on Cayman's roads island-wide indicate a change in speed limit and are part of the National Road Safety Strategy. These markings indicate a change in speed on some of Cayman's busiest roads, serving as an additional reminder to motorists to take note of and abide by the speed limit when commuting. These roundels are just one of many new strategies being implemented as part of the road safety strategy, with the aim of reducing speeding and speeding-related fatalities. The NRSS aims to make Cayman's roads safer and ultimately reduce road fatalities by 100% by 2038. The ongoing expansion of the Cayman Islands population over 80,000 and a motor vehicle count of more than 50,000 registered vehicles, quote, underscores the need for continued innovative approaches to road safety. For more information or to take the Road to Zero pledge yourself, you can visit gov.ky/road safety. In other news,
teen pregnancy has been increasing.
As Cayman observes Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month, the team at the Family Resource Center is encouraging parents to buy into this year's theme, Safe Start.
Usually the theme of Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month is I'm worth the wait. And of course, we'd love to encourage our teens waiting. However, what we found is that when we go into the schools and we are talking to our teens about I am worth the wait, it's going right over their heads. Because a lot of times they're not waiting, and that is just our reality, and that's what we're facing right now. And so we've rebranded our theme to Safe Start.
FRC's Alicia Tugman tells Radio Cayman that's also the impetus for their upcoming Safe Start Teen Parent Forum to equip parents with the knowledge and tools to support their teens in making healthy choices and increase their own confidence in parenting their kids. The statistics show that parental support can make a big difference to Cayman's young people who find themselves pregnant.
10 ladies it was. In your opinion, what is the main contributor to teen pregnancy? So what stood out to me was this 30% of the lack of information on sexual health. And the other question about, in your opinion, what could you have done or what could have prevented you from becoming pregnant? 40% said all of the above, and I'll read all of the above. It's family support, positive peer relationships, sexual education, and access to contraceptives. And access to contraceptives and family support were two of the most common responses that we've gotten from those ladies.
The Safe Start Parent-Teen Forum is June 1st at 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 at the FRC Clifton House location in Georgetown. To register, call 949-0006. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. The European Union has formally approved using profits from frozen Russian central bank assets to arm Ukraine. It said a sum exceeding $3 billion could be transferred to Kiev this year. Brussels has frozen more than $200 billion of Russian central bank assets held in the bloc. The EU has been accused of failing to ensure the funds that it sends to North African countries to stop migration aren't being used in human rights violations. A news report says the money goes on training units who abduct migrants and dump them in remote areas. The European Commission denies the allegations. A Greek court has dropped charges against 9 Egyptian men accused of responsibility for a shipwreck in which hundreds of migrants drowned. The judges said they lacked the jurisdiction to hear the case. A closed Russian court has found the physicist Anatoly Maslov guilty of treason and sentenced him to 14 years in jail. Maslov, who's 77, was accused of sharing classified information related to Russia's hypersonic missile program. A passenger has been killed and 30 have been injured on a Singapore Airlines flight that hit severe turbulence. Data show the plane dropped 2,000 metres before stabilising. Experts say climate change may be making turbulence more common. Residents of a Nigerian village say they've been attacked by bandits who killed up to 40 people. Reports say the attackers drove into Zurich, shooting and setting fire to houses. Spain's foreign minister says its ambassador to Argentina won't be returning as a row between the two countries' leaders escalates. José Manuel Albares said the embassy in Buenos Aires would now be headed by the chargé d'affaires. And Indian officials say they've inspected factories run by 2 top spice-making companies over allegations that some products were tainted with pesticides. Spices produced in India make up around 12% of global exports. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio. Hey there, bargain hunters. Get ready for some serious savings at Cayman Turtle Center's tent sale. It's all happening Saturday, May 25th from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. But be quick because it's first come, first served. Swing by the Cayman Turtle Center courtyard and score amazing deals on everything you need. We have candles, kitchenware, clothing, swim gear, and a whole lot more waiting for you. Brought to you by Splash Gift Shop at Cayman Turtle Center. Visit Cayman Turtle Center's social media for more info. We'll see you there.
Are you ready for Cayman Art Week? From Wednesday 22nd to Sunday, May 26th, you'll find local art on show and for sale at more than 30 venues across all 3 Cayman Islands. Explore galleries and pop-up exhibitions anytime throughout the week or join one of our bus tours running in a different district each day. Admission is free and open to the public. You can check out what's happening and when at caymanartweek.com.
Attention Boddentown residents. The Department of Environmental Health Boddentown Bulk Waste Collection will take place between May 20th to 25th. This bulk waste collection will replace the traditional year-end collection. Household appliances, furniture, and other items too large to be handled by the weekly DEH collection crews should be placed by the roadside where it is easily accessible to the DEH collection crews. Metals and vegetation should also be separated from other bulk items. Do not obstruct the roadway or storm drains or place tires, construction and demolition waste, hazardous materials, or electronics. For more information on the Boddentown Bulk Waste Collection from May 20th to 25th, please contact the DEH's Solid Waste Management Section at 949-6696.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 77%. The barometric pressure is 29.86 inches and falling. The wind is out of the southeast at 6 knots. Overnight low temperature was 81 degrees. Synopsis indicate a deep layered upper level trough centered over the Western Caribbean, accompanied with light easterly winds, will increase the chance of showers over the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. Satellite images show few low-level and scattered upper-level clouds over the Cayman area. Now, the forecast for today is calling for partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times, with a 40% chance of showers and thunder, and temperatures will rise to the low 90s, with a heat index near 103 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate, with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. For tonight, expect partly cloudy skies becoming cloudy at times, with a 40% chance of early evening showers and possible thunder, especially for the sister islands of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Temperatures falling to the upper 70s. Your winds will be east at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 2:17, and a high tide again tonight at 9:17. The sun will set this evening at 6:54 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:49. And the outlook is calling for a decrease in chance of showers from Thursday morning as the upper level trough moves east of the Cayman area. That's the very latest on your weather report.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Brit K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit K, where people come first.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Morning once again. Let's take a look at what's happening on our roads. Linford Pearson Highway traffic is steady traffic. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown, and eastbound traffic is moving on pretty good on Cool Road. Edward Street, moderate flow of traffic, as well as Shedden Road. As we look to the Westway Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moving on moderately in both directions. And coming off of the Esther Tibbetts Highway, traffic is steady bit flowing. And off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady bit flowing traffic as well. Continuing on to Huldah Avenue. From the Westway 4-way stop, moderate flow of traffic, and Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing pretty good in both directions. That's the very latest on your traffic report. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips for all occasions and celebrations. Let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. My name is Orrett Connor. I'm your guest host for the show, filling in for Miss Kathy Miller. On this segment of the show, we have a very, very special guest, Miss Avril Ward, who's the owner of the Light Room. So, on this segment, we're going to explore a revolutionary approach to wellness that's been making waves right here in the Cayman Islands. So, first of all, Miss Avril, welcome to the Business Buzz.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me and giving me the opportunity to just share a little bit about my business.
Okay, so tell us what is the Light Room, and also when you explain that to us, you can tell us what drew you to the energy enhancement system technology that the Light Room is.
Yes, okay. It's very technical. I'll do my best to put it into layman's terms.
Okay.
The Light Room is a wellness center that houses an energy enhancement system, otherwise known as the EE system. This is quantum technology designed and invented by one of the top quantum physicists in the world, that emits frequencies, energies, and vibrations into the room. I call it the sanctuary, which is conducive to self-healing. So you literally just come in as a person, immerse yourself in the energies and the frequencies, and your body starts syncing with the energies and the frequencies that are in there, which leads the body to self-heal, because the body is naturally designed to self-heal. It's its natural state. It wants to heal. It's continually struggling to be in homeostasis, in balance, and in wellness. So this system enables the body to reach that state. As far as what drew me to it, I've always been passionate about wellness, passionate about the body, passionate about alternative healing. So when I first heard about this, which was just going on, I think it was 2 years ago this month, it came up in my feed while I was browsing YouTube, and I was fascinated. It was an interview with Dr. Sandra Rose Michaels, who is the inventor. And I was listening to this and just got more and more fascinated and drawn in. And it was just like instinctively I knew I had to bring this to Cayman. It's something that Cayman really needs. That was 2 years ago. I got hold of the company. I struggled to get hold of them because after that interview, they had 77,000 emails within a week.
Wow.
With interest on it. And it's just blown up around the world. There's now over 400 centers around the world, from Australia to New Zealand, Scandinavia, all over the US, Europe. So I'm very privileged and honored to be able to bring this technology to Cayman.
And speaking about the body healing, it's like, I've seen information about sleep deprivation, for instance, which if you deprive your body of sleep, then you do not give your body and your brain function time to recover. Huge. And that is so important as well.
This is so important, and most of us are running around sleep deprived. We generally don't sleep enough, which is marvelous in the system. What it does is it instills a theta brain state. Theta is the brain waves that happen just before you fall asleep or just before you wake up. So you're in that nice in-between conscious and subconscious. And that's conducive to healing. But yes, I read a study recently that if you don't have a good night's sleep, your immune system functions at less than 50% the next day.
Yes.
So it's crucial that we get rest. And we don't know how to rest in today's environment. I say to people, when did you last do nothing? And they say, oh, I was on the beach. I said, did you have your phone? They said, yes. I said, was your head stuck in your phone? Yes. Well, you weren't resting.
Yes,
you were
yes.
expending energy, right? The opposite of rest is not to expend energy. So to rest and do nothing is crucial for wellness. I think that's why we are so stressed and we are so in a state of dis-ease in all communities, is our lifestyles are crazy. They're so busy.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the light room, let's speak to your location. Where is the light room located?
I am very conveniently located in downtown Georgetown in Pasadora Place, right next to Superstage.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
And tell us what to expect when we first arrive there.
It's a place where you come in, and as I say, you go into the room, the sanctuary, where we've got these field engine generators that are emitting these frequencies. And you literally come in, sit down, close your eyes, relax, and most people go to sleep, which is what we want you to do. People say, well, why can't I do something? Can't I be on my phone? This phone thing is a huge thing, I've realized. People get really stressed when they have to leave their phone outside. It's like, it's like part of them they've attached to. So you come in, you relax. As I said, you go into theta brain state and you immerse and sync with the frequencies that are in there. And what the frequencies do, there's multiple, which we'll talk about in a little while, but basically, we are raising the cellular charge. We are energy beings. We know we're made up of energy and light. We are raising the cellular charge of the millivolt voltage of your cells. We're raising that. And once the cells are highly charged up and full of energy, the first thing they do is start clearing house, start repairing, start healing, start discharging things that your body doesn't need. So it's a natural bodily function that happens when we give it the energy to do so.
Okay. Let's speak about hydration and the importance of hydration in this.
Very important. Just like most of us are sleep deprived, most of us are walking around dehydrated. So hydration is very important before, during, and after. Drink tons of water, we tell people. once your body is energized, as I said, it starts detoxing. Part of the detox, water needs detox needs, you need water to detox, right? So you need water to flush out all these toxins. So very, very important to do that. We also recommend that you do a foot soak or a bath soak in salts. We use salt bicarb and borax, which actually helps draw out the toxins that are released when you discharge, once your cellular voltage is energized. So that's really important. It's part of the whole process to do that at the end. We are very blessed to have the ocean, so people who don't have time, I'll say go and have a swim in the sea, because same thing, you've got salt water and it's helping drawing out the toxins from your body.
Okay, now I know you say that some of this is extremely technical.
Yes.
So we'll get into some of the technical portions of it, cellular healing and the Schumann resonance.
Well, as I mentioned, there's lots of frequencies that are going on and technologies that are going on. We've got chromatic therapy, which is color therapy. So we've got monitors in the room that are emitting light frequencies coming out. So that's color theory. It's going through all the colors, the spectrum of the rainbow. We've got photonic light collision. So photonics are nanoparticles, quantum-sized particles of light. We've got those colliding. Actually, if you could see it, I sort of imagine these two lights coming and exploding in the middle, colliding. That's extremely beneficial for the DNA. The function of the DNA is actually to store light. So by being in the environment, literally breathing in these nanoparticles of light, you are restoring and re-zipping up your DNA. We've got scalar energy. This is the main energy that charges the millivolts of the cells. You've got the Schumann resonance. Schumann resonance is the frequency of the earth. So just like you've probably heard recommendation to go out and stand on the ground with no shoes on to actually literally earth. As electrical beings, we need to discharge, so we need to earth. So it's got that frequency in there, which is helping with that. There is the Fibonacci sequence, which is the golden mean ratio, which was brought to light by Leonardo da Vinci, which is the number frequencies, which is found in all things in nature. We've got that frequency. There's actually a frequency of the rainforest, which is conducive to healing and relaxation. I had one client who walked in without knowing this and just said, "Oh, it feels like Costa Rica in here," which was a wonderful confirmation. Yeah. She picked up what she felt when she was in Costa Rica. So it's all good, natural, healthy energy that you can't get too much of. Dr. Sandra explains, she says, imagine if you woke up day dot the earth was made. Those are the frequencies, those pure, natural, good frequencies. There's no contraindications. There's nothing bad. There's nothing that can harm you in there.
Okay. Still have some time before we go to our first commercial break. Toxins. Yes. There's so many things that are toxic that we consume, either in what we eat, what we breathe, as well. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. We are in a toxic soup out there. Electromagnetic fog, smog they call it, which is all the radiation in the air, the cell phone towers. You've got EMFs, you've got, I can't think of the other name of the other one, something like EMF. It's not electromagnetic, it's another frequency that's out there, continually bombarding us, the water, the food, our stress levels by being so busy, what we spoke about, all toxic to the body, all extremely toxic to the body, all messing with our endocrine system, messing with our DNA, just putting us in a state of dis-ease. So that's why the detox is really important part of the whole system and of the sessions that we do.
Mm-hmm. And again, the detox part of it. Can you go into a little bit more detail in that? Because some people listening there are other methods of detoxification.
Well, I mean, most methods of detox are good, right? As long as they're gentle on the body. And the body naturally detoxes. At this natural state, you want to get rid of these things. So by doing the salt baths or the foot soaks that we do offer foot soaks in the at the Lightroom. If you want to include that with your session, we do them there and then straight after a 30-minute hot foot spa, which is really nice.
Okay.
So yes, body naturally detoxes it, so we need to aid it. We help the body detox, especially when you've sat in a Lightroom session where suddenly your body's energized and starts pushing out all these toxins. You don't want to then go and just carry on with your lifestyle immediately the way. It's a holistic approach we take. So drink lots of water, watch what you're eating, eat clean, eat fresh, rest, de-stress, take some time for yourself. All part of detox. And then there are other detox things that people do. Just drinking detox tea really helps. Lots of wonderful teas out there to drink to detox.
And as far as the diet is concerned, do you make any recommendations in terms of the types of food that people should eat?
I am not being a dietitian. I'm very careful not to suggest. But if people ask me, generally I'm health conscious, and I would generally recommend eating organic food, washing your food really well, eating as much fiber as you can. Fruit and vegetables, can't go wrong with vegetables. You can eat as many vegetables as you want. It's only healthy. You can't have too many good vegetables.
And again, the water consumption, the hydration. How much water?
There's mixed results about that. Some people say 6 to 8 glasses a day. I generally drink water at least once a day that I put some salt in it. That really helps. A lot of the water we drink is also not the healthiest, especially if it's coming from plastic bottles that, we know that plastic leaches into the water, not ideal to do that. So watch what water you're drinking. Take time and spend money on good water.
Extremely important. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We're talking about the Lightroom with Miss Avril Ward. And one of our listeners wanted to know about the sessions, the length of the sessions as well. So when we return, we can get into that. And then we want to also talk about the science behind the system. I know you mentioned that in your opening comments and spoke about Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, who's played a significant role in developing the EE system, and want you to share more with us about that as well. Folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Business Buzz will be back shortly.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
Elevate your child's math skills with 100% Math with premier math tutoring services under the expert guidance of our renowned mathematicians, Professor Emeritus Romain Angeloff and Dr. Mackenzie. Programs are designed to secure IB, HL, and SL math, CSEC A-levels, and IGC SE success. Whether your child aims to get ahead or catch up, 100% Math is your partner in achieving their academic goals. Don't let your child's math skills lag. Visit us at 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
RC Fusion.
10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Radio Cayman.
Biggest variety in the morning. Biggest variety.
RC Fusion.
The music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do that. Following 10 a.m. news headline. Biggest variety in the morning.
Radio Cayman.
Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. For those of you who are just joining us in this segment, we're having a discussion with Miss Avril Ward, who's the owner of the Light Room here in the Cayman Islands. We're talking about a revolutionary approach to wellness that has been making waves right here in the Cayman Islands. And one of our listeners had a query. I also want to say to you, if you have any questions or comments in relation to it, please WhatsApp us 925-3261. Send us a WhatsApp message and we can pose your comments or your questions to Miss Ward as well. So the person who was interested to know the sessions, you know, how long they are, whether or not there is a variety or there's one standard approach.
So the longer you spend in the light room, the better. That's the thing. As I was saying, you can't get too much good energy. The recommended session initially is 2 hours.
Okay.
Which seems long, but for most people it goes really quickly because they are in and out of sleep in this deeply relaxed stage. So most people come out and say like, wow, was that 2 hours? They couldn't believe it. So we do offer custom hours. After your initial 2 hours, you can come in hourly. You come in for hour sessions. You can come in for 4-hour sessions. And we do overnight sessions. Overnight sessions are remarkable because you get to sleep. So people who don't have time to come in, they can heal while they sleep, which is your body, again, is designed to do. So that would be a 12-hour session. So you're actually coming in. We've got very comfortable beds. You lie down, fall asleep. If you need an eye mask, we have eye masks you can put on because there are lights in there. And heal while you sleep.
And there's no type of electronic monitoring or anything that is done during this sleep sessions?
No. In fact, there's no technology allowed in there at all. So you can't take your cell phone in, you can't take your smartwatch or your Fitbit or whatever. That does interfere with the... if you went into the light room with the electromagnetic frequency measurer, you would actually find 0 electromagnetic frequencies, which is a huge thing. And I've had some technical people who know more than me do about science saying, well, that's impossible. There's electromagnetic frequency everywhere. There actually isn't. This technology cancels out and transmutes electromagnetic frequency into scalar waves. So it's a completely pristine environment for you to be in. So most people just sleep so well in there.
Now, this brings me to the question. It must have been a real elaborate setup, the way that you had to set up the room. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. My system is a 12-unit system. So there's 12 field engine generators in there and 12 monitors. They are custom installed with having up to, I think it's 1/100th of an inch, the way they actually aligned. Because the monitors align with one another. As I said, you have colliding light particles. So, yes, that was set up. There's 2 ways to set them up. People can set them up on racks in the corners of the room, or you can set them up on a shelf up high, like up about 6-7 foot high, which is the way I've got them in there.
Okay.
So, yeah, the room is like very technical when you walk in, but at the same time it's really comfy and lovely with interesting lighting and big comfy recliner chairs. So it's a mixture of both.
Okay, so we did promise our listeners that we're going to talk about the founder.
Yes, the
as well.
Yes,
the inventor. Yes.
The inventor is Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. She's a highly recognized quantum physicist. I'm going to read her titles behind her name because I wouldn't remember them and I don't actually know what they actually mean. She is Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. She's DNM, PhD, DSSJ. She's an inventor, researcher, professor of applied integrated biophysics. She's taught holistic health for over 40 years. She's knighted for humanitarian service. She's earned prestigious recognition. She's lectured in the United Nations, London Royal Society of Medicine, MIT, the World Health Summit, Mount Sinai Medical School. She has consulted for NASA, the US military, and the list goes on. She's a very, very highly esteemed quantum physicist.
So for those who are interested in the science and they want to know more about it before they approach you or come to you, where can they find more information?
Well, there's links on my website, which is thelightroom.ky. But if they want to go direct to eesystem.com, don't put a S on systems because you'll find some electrical company will pop up. But eesystem.com. There's tons of clinical studies. There's peer-reviewed papers, lots of technical stuff for all those who are interested in going down that rabbit hole. It's really interesting.
And, for those who may not know what peer-reviewed studies are, can you explain?
They are studies that are basically reviewed by your contemporaries and people in the same industry, scientific world as you. Yeah.
And they get an opportunity to critique your
yes,
work
to
and
critique
what
and consider
yes.
and yeah. So absolutely.
Okay, we want to talk about those. I don't want to use the word target, but
yes.
the persons that you are seeking to encourage to try this new science and talk about the safety protocols as well. You can talk as to whether or not you are required to be licensed by any entity, governmental or regulatory entity here in the Cayman Islands as well.
Sure. So it's basically for everyone. And the nice thing is it's safe for everyone. It's safe for pregnant women, newborn babies, elderly people with pacemakers, stents, any medical device. There's no contraindications whatsoever. We are talking about pure, perfect energy. And it benefits all. Obviously, I'm looking for, I want to see results. So bring in the sick people, sick people who are not getting well, who are not benefiting from whatever protocol they're on. Come in and give this a try. Yeah, absolutely. They've had amazing results with children with learning disabilities. The system balances your left and right side of the brain, brings clarity, clears brain fog. And as I said, with learning disabilities and even autism, they've had amazing documented results with this. How long you spend in there, as I said earlier, the energy is cumulative. So the more you come, the higher vibration. You keep raising your vibration to operate at a higher optimal level. So personally, I'm seeing results with the more you come, the more results you're seeing. Okay. It's like you can't take a vitamin pill once and think it's going to do anything for you, right?
Precisely.
People who are well come as part of your wellness routine, just like you get a massage regularly, or you get out and ride your bike or do whatever. You have the wellness routine. Make it part of your wellness routine. People who are sick come in for longer periods, more frequently, more often to see results. As I said, safety for all. As far as any governing body, we are a wellness center. We are not medical. We do not profess to diagnose, treat, cure any illness. It's the body doing it.
Yes.
Okay, our premise is the power that made the body heals the body. So your body's doing it yourself.
So you just create the environment for that to happen.
Yes, and it's non-practitioner dependent. So you're not having someone working on you or doing anything to you. It's purely just the environment. And yeah.
Okay. Well, we on the first segment this morning, we were talking about Cayman Art Week.
Yes.
And what sort of influence do you think that the Lightroom may have on aspiring artists or even artists in terms of their creativity?
Sure. Well, as an artist myself, I'm very aware of what effect it has on. When you are in theta brain state, you are tapping into your subconscious. So your subconscious is what rules your life. Subconscious thoughts are what's the grid you grew up with, your belief system, thoughts, everything. But it's also very much your creative side. So from personal experience, when I'm in the Lightroom, I have creativity just flowing through me, whether it's just an idea that pops into my head or an idea for a painting or just these amazing creative thoughts. Because we have it all inside of us. It's in our subconscious. So by tapping into that subconscious, all this flows down. It's really remarkable.
Excellent.
My husband, who is on the opposite side of me, I'm an artist, he's an accountant.
Okay.
He gets amazing benefits from clarity. He just says his brain, the first time we went to the US to investigate this, obviously, before we launched into this, and he had said, he came out of his first 2-hour session, he says, I feel like I've had brain surgery. He said, my thoughts are so clear. It's really remarkable. So because you've got your own innate wisdom in your body knows where the issues are, where the problems are. So the results for everybody are not the same. So you might go in with, let's say, for example, a broken toe and think, I want my broken toe sorted out. Maybe your body says, well, I'm actually going to work on your liver or spleen first. We have to trust the body in this.
Yes. Okay, we're going to take our last commercial break. We're going to provide some practical information for our listeners as well. And then we also want to, to talk about some of the retail items that you also have, in the Lightroom as well. So, folks, the discussion has taken place with Miss Avril Ward, who is the owner of the Lightroom here in the Cayman Islands, located in Pasadena Place. We will give you the exact address. You will also be provided with details, contact details, their website as well. We haven't spoken yet about costs, and we want to be as transparent as possible to let you know exactly what the costs associated with the Lightroom are as well. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. The Business Buzz will be back shortly.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
At Kirk Market, it's so easy to eat well and find healthy options. With their fresh veggies from local farmers, hormone-free chicken, local seafood, and grass-fed meats, Kirk Market has delicious, quality food at the best prices. And you must check out their fresh salad bar, hot bar, and med bar for daily healthy options on the go. Their delicious dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients such as prime meats and organic veggies. Eating great is important to me. That's why Kirk Market is my store. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and shop happy.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to inform its Cayman BRAC customers that there will be temporary interruptions to water service in the upcoming week from Tuesday 21st May to Friday 24th May between the hours of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on specified days. Affected streets are Terrace Drive, Cottage Drive, Driftwood Drive, Sandpaper Drive, Morey Drive, and Limestone Drive. Customers who will be affected will receive a door hanger notice, which will be delivered the day before service is scheduled to be interrupted. An additional door hanger notice will also be delivered upon restoration of water service. These service interruptions are to facilitate our ongoing leak detection project. The aim is to enhance our system's integrity by identifying and repairing all possible leaks. We advise customers to store enough water for personal use during service interruptions and limit the use of water-intensive appliances. For further information, customers may contact the customer service team in Cayman BRAC by calling 948-1403 or emailing braccs@waterauthority.ky.
The Ministry of Education and the Passport and Corporate Services Office remind all students traveling to and from school overseas to ensure their passports are valid for both travel and entry into their destination country. Passports should be renewed at least 10 weeks before departure, and any necessary student visas must be obtained. For passport services, contact the Passport and Corporate Services Office at 649-7678. For Ministry of Education scholarship inquiries, contact scholarships@gov.ky. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Education and the Passport and Corporate Services Office.
Business Buzz.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. My name is Orrett Connor. I'm your guest host filling in for Miss Kathy Miller. It is my pleasure to have in the studio with me Miss Avril Ward, who's the owner of the Light Room right here in the Cayman Islands, located in Pasadena Place. One of our listeners has written in and said, wondered regarding the note about spending money on good water. What does Miss Ward think about the local tap water?
Very good question. I think Cayman is very fortunate here that we do have generally good water in the sense that it's reverse osmosis. So that's generally a healthier water. But still, there's minerals taken out, there's things put in that are not always conducive to full wellness. That's probably the most I can say about that. I think my biggest bugbear is water in plastic bottles, especially those thin disposable bottles. That's really, and then they'll be shipped here. They'll be sitting on the side on pallets in the hot blazing sun, and all that it's all leaching into the water. Yeah, so that's my biggest bugbear when I talk about water.
Okay, we're going to try to disperse some practical information, and we're going to do this one sort of like rapid fire, so to ensure that we cover everything before the show ends. So want you to talk about the recommended duration for an initial session at the Light Room. What would you recommend for an initial?
Initial second is recommended 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Could you advise on the appropriate attire for a session?
Well, you will be reclining, so you want to be comfy. You don't want to be fussing with tight clothes, something really comfortable. We do have blankets because it can get cool in the Light Room when you're being still, so we do have blankets to snuggle up with, but generally something comfortable.
Are there any food and beverage restrictions in the Light Room?
You're allowed to take in, we do supply water, which is structured water. The water sits in a glass jar, and it is restructured, which makes it more absorbable into the body. But you're welcome to bring your own water or your own drinks as long as they are not in paper disposable cups.
Okay. Now, we know many people in the Cayman Islands, and many of our listeners right here on Radio Cayman are animal lovers as well. Are you considering accommodating pets in the future?
Yes, we are. We're still trying to figure out how to do it because we do have some people who are allergic to animals and allergic to fur. And so we're wondering how to do it. We possibly incorporate that if someone does want to bring their pet in, possibly with an overnight when there's nobody else there. And that gives us time the next day to sterilize the place before anybody else comes in and gets affected by possible hair or dander.
Okay, and speaking of overnight sessions, they sound quite intriguing. Could you provide details on the booking process and affordability?
Everything can be booked online at thelightroom.ky. You just go to book now, and under the drop downs you can have 2 hour session, 1 hour session, 4 hour session. All our events are there, and the overnights. So the overnights are $450 a person, which is amazing value because you're getting 12 hours. So it really works out really affordable. We do hope to have 2 people in there. We prefer 2 people to be in there. So a couple, a family, a friend. That's that.
Okay, and You spoke about this before, but we can certainly repeat it as well. The policy in relation to electronic devices within the Lightroom.
Yes, no cell phones, no smartwatches, nothing digital that you can take in there. We don't want anything with EMFs that's interfering with the scalar energy in there.
Okay. And your business hours?
My business hours are generally, I close on Mondays. But Tuesday from 12 to 7:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 noon to 7:30, Saturdays 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 5, and Sundays I'm open Sunday morning for 2 sessions from 9:30 to 11:30 and another session from 12 till 2.
Okay. And how many, those sessions, how many persons can you accommodate
I can accommodate 10 people
10
at one time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay. You have been in business now for how long?
This is my 5th month.
Okay. And as far as the technology is concerned, are there testimonials?
There are indeed.
Can you share some of those
Absolutely.
with us?
We get some amazing results even after 2 hours. Some of the things we've seen after 2 hours is eyesight improve. Better sleeping is a huge one. One lady came in, she says she just never sleeps. She only goes to bed when she's completely exhausted and she wakes up and she's still tired and starts her next day. She slept 3 weeks solid after 1 2-hour session. Every night for the next 3 weeks she slept so soundly. Hearing, anti-anxiety, this is just after 2 hours. We had one lady come in with bad, very severe plantar fasciitis. After 2 hours, the next morning she woke up and the pain was reduced way, way down. She couldn't believe it. Then we've had some other wonderful testimonies with longer results. I had a lady came in with a growth, some sort of tumor in her uterus that was diagnosed with ultrasound, and they wanted to do a biopsy. Long story short, she didn't get the biopsy done. She came in. She did probably about 16 hours. She did one overnight and some more hours. Went back for another ultrasound. No need for a biopsy. Couldn't see the tumor anymore. I have one client who attends regularly who's had a traumatic brain injury. This person really struggling with cognitive function, memory, obviously affecting the person's confidence. They have altogether probably done about 28 hours in there now. The results are remarkable. The doctor is blown away. The memory is back, the cognitive function, all coming back.
Excellent. And again, to be clear, you're not a healing
we are not
entity.
Treating,
you're just there to provide the environment for the body to heal.
Exactly, very important. We are not treating anything. We are immersing the body in wonderful healing frequencies, natural frequencies that are in nature. And the body does what it does best, is heal itself.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, you mentioned the 12-hour sessions, the cost for that, for the 2-hour session, and I talk about the special that you have coming up as well.
Yes, I'm really encouraging people to come. So I'm offering lots of specials. Your initial 2 hours is $120. After that, it's $60 an hour. If you do a 4-hour session, you get half an hour free. I offer packages of 10 hours and 20 hours, all savings, where you get free hours. I do have a special on at the moment for the month of May, which is a buy one, get one free for all government workers across the board. Buy a $120 2-hour session and you'll get one free. As long as you buy it in May, you can use it over the next 3 months, your spare session. You can buy as many as you want and use them afterwards. I do also have lots of events and specials that we do in the Lightroom. I've got a wonderful event coming up on the 2nd of June, which is it is the first time we are doing this for the public. We've had some dry runs. So what we do is we're connecting with the other EE centers across the world via Zoom, live via Zoom, all from within our centers, and we are doing a connected global meditation for the world, which is amazing because, I mean, scientists know that, the power of intention really changes the frequency of things. So we're doing this amplified being in the EE system. And this is a 2-hour session starting at 9 a.m. on Sunday the 2nd. This event is also going to have Dr. Sandra Rose Michael is going to be live with us via Zoom, talking to us and leading us in the meditation. So that's really special. That can be booked online as well.
Okay, and we want to talk about your retail items as well.
Yes. So what the EE Center has and does is they have this massive supercharging center. They're based out of Las Vegas in the U.S., and we sell medallions and bracelets out of stones, crystal quartz, all sorts of stones, pyrite, obsidian, all sorts of different stones, which alone have their own properties and healing frequencies. But they are supercharged with the EE system. So they are wearables. So they're like little portable EE systems that you wear that protect your body. The science has proved within about a 5-foot radius around the body. That's protecting your body from EMFs, from radiation, from all the the electromagnetic smog that we're in. So you won't see me without mine.
Okay, we have about 2 minutes left. We want to make sure that you get an opportunity to cover everything. I'm going to double check to see if we have any more questions before we go. Okay, no, nothing there. So anything that you would like to repeat, that you want to remind our listening and viewing audience, your location, contact details as well, and recommendations.
Okay, so our website is www.thelightroom.ky. Our telephone number is 938-HEAL. That's HEAL. Our email is info@thelightroom.ky, and we are located at 38 Pasadora Place in Smith Road. I encourage you to come and try it. It's safe for all, can't do any harm, really worth a try, even if it's a matter of coming in and just taking a wonderful 2-hour nap, which you will do in there. I do want to say one thing. We do have people who come in and say, well, I actually don't feel anything when I'm in there. And I say, that's okay. When you go and have an x-ray done, you're not feeling the radiation going into your body either. So some people are more susceptible and not susceptible, but more sensitive to energies, and they can feel it. Quite a few people do say that they feel a tingling all over their body, especially in the first hour. So it's happening. There's results happening in your body. So come and give it a try. We look forward to seeing you and meeting you.
Okay, we have one quick question here. A person was curious to know whether or not something like this would be covered in an insurance policy.
Unfortunately not. Maybe one day. I know 20 years ago they didn't cover massage, or they didn't cover, homeopathy, but they do now. So hopefully one day.
Okay, Ms. Ward, we want to thank you very much for being on the Business Buzz. We want to wish you all the best in your business adventure as well, and we encourage those of you who are out there, if you're looking for a way for your body to heal itself, then visit the Light Room. They have several options for you to explore as well, and the Light Room is one of the latest business innovations here in the Cayman Islands. So, folks, we also want to thank our sponsors for the Business Buzz this morning: Cayman Insurance Center, Kirk Market, and 100% Math for making this show possible. Stay tuned for more on Radio Cayman this morning with Miss Susan Watson. My name is Orrett Connor, and it was a pleasure being your guest host on the Business Buzz.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And 100% Math. Invest in your child's academic success. Visit 100%math.com or call 547-9817.
Yesterday,
Today.
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman